Hello guys and welcome back to some more World of Tanks. Today we've got a review of the Strumtiger. Just came out this week. I've been very busy recently, and I've only managed to get a few games in this week in this new tank. And obviously it's quite hot at the moment. quite a quite a famous tank. From World War II and stuff. So obviously people are quite keen on this thing. Now, obviously, I'm going to show you a couple of good games and a couple of bad games, just to show you the ups and downs of this tank. This one has quite a long ending to it. I will probably try to talk over the top of it. Because I'll get into a bit of a tricky situation, a bit of a one-on-one, and I wasn't 100% sure on whether I could take a hit from the guy at the end, so I had to actually look it up. So hence why it took so long to decide whether to go in on this guy, but we'll get to that later. So yeah, we've only got like one medium, a few mediums and no light tanks. So there's no point in sitting on the near the cap area. So we come up to this brawly area. Obviously, not a sorry about that. This tank is a kind of a support vehicle. It's not technically a brawly tank, but at the same time, you don't really want to be sitting at the back too much either, because it's got a very long aim time and the shell velocity is very slow. So you can't really sit back and snipe. We're going to try to help this guy. It looks like someone's going to come in and try to finish him off. Unfortunately, we hit the edge of that and we try to get back. Before we get hit. We do get hit, unfortunately. It's not got the best armor. It's lower plate. It's front. The majority of the front of it is quite well angled, so you can hit. You can bounce stuff off of it. But the lower plate is quite big and very flat, so you're not going to be bouncing very much in this thing. Now, obviously, I'm firing heat. Actually, pretty much a bad idea. This is obviously a derp gun, so HE and Premium HE are very good on this thing. If you pen, unbelievably good. But I would say overall, there's heat as your normal ammunition. You don't really want to be using that. In the next game, I will show you what happened when I actually, for the first time, just started firing heat, and to see how that worked for me in a game. I'm at the moment still kind of experimenting with what equipment to use on this thing. See if I can hit. Didn't pen, but that's not bad. 698 for not penning is not bad at all. As you can see, we are losing by quite a bit. At this point, I'm thinking, this game is completely over now. We're just going to hopefully get another couple of shots in before the game's over. He fires HE at me, does not do too much damage. And yeah, hiding behind stuff is obviously better than nothing, but it doesn't help him too much there. Either. Right, with Premium HE, the blast radius is pretty damn good. It's basically like an artillery shell. So even though the shell velocity is very slow, you can hit just near light tanks and medium tanks and still do quite a bit of damage and take the tracks off and stuff. So it's a very good, useful tool. Obviously, normal HE has a less blast radius. We just get a tiny bit of damage. At this point, I'm just like, this game is over. This guy's just hit me. He's then these guys are going to now come around, trying to bounce stuff here. We do manage to bounce stuff, luckily. So yeah, pretty much I would. Unfortunately, like it's quite a hard tank to use in high pressure situations because the aiming takes so long. Just so you can see, I actually hit the gun barrel of that dead tank. Very unfortunate. Would have finished off that TD straight away. I still got premium loaded. Probably don't need premium for this guy. He's on for such low health. I only need to splash him for a tiny bit. But yeah, at this point, I'm just like, oh, can't believe I'm actually still alive at this point. I'm pretty much dead. There's a guy behind me. 2 hits into me. The other guys are going to just come straight round. Luckily, one of their guys kills himself. I'm struggling to turn at this point. I'm actually considering not putting in my. He backs up enough for me to do that. Thank you very much. I'm just like, shall I actually use my first aid? Because it's pretty much game over at this point. There's just 2 guys left against 6. This guy takes round damage. Finish him off with a ram kill. That's fine. That's good. Now we've got 4 more guys to take out. Unfortunately, this guy thinks I'm probably not loaded. I am. Managed to take him out. That was 2 guys there were in a platoon, so he's obviously trying to get revenge. Didn't work out for him. So yeah, the rounds are, like I said, the alpha damage is amazing, especially if you pen. You're doing a heck of a lot of damage, and you can do a lot of splash damage. Unfortunately, shells take a long time to load. Not as long as you think. I've got a full crew in it, the full skilled crew in this tank, so it's obviously lowered a bit and got rations on. But the aim time is obscene. The shell velocity is pretty damn terrible. These things, have you kind of, like I said, you got to use it as a support tank. You can't really be going in. And that was a pen, guys. That was a pen. And then guys finished. So there's just 1 enemy left. Just 1 enemy left. This guy thinks he knows where he is. And I'm sure he does. So I was going to go and support him. But then I'm thinking, well, he's going to be able to aim down at us. So even though he's bottom tier, he can overmatch our top of our armor and take us out. So I'm going to go round. I'm obviously hoping that he's going to work as a team and he's not going to push in before I can get round to support him. Because obviously he fires the shoot at him as he's coming up through the valley. I can get him from behind. Now this guy, unfortunately, doesn't see what I'm trying to do and he gets angry at me. Thinks I'm just running away, or I think, I don't know. He does get angry, but I don't know why he just didn't wait for me to come help, because I'm clearly going in that direction. Obviously, it's going to take me a long time to get there. Fairly slow tank, guys. Now, obviously, it's got the same faults as other non-turreted TDs. You're going to have a very bad problem if people get behind you. That's pretty much game over. That's why the equipment-wise, I am very torn between equipment. I think it's worth experimenting with it. And let's say he gets taken out because he's going across the valley. Now I'm just thinking, and I see he's telling me to drown myself. I don't think I'll be doing that, and I'll just tell him, "Great shot, should have waited." Obviously, people get right behind you. That's game over. And obviously, equipment wise, I've got gun rammer, gun stabilization thing, and vents to improve both of those other things. Now, obviously, I would definitely say. Maybe putting in improving your speed and horsepower could be a good one, because it help your turning circle. So might give you more chance of fending off lights and mediums as they try to get behind you. But obviously, it's kind of dangerous for those tanks. If you hit them as they're trying to get in behind you, that's pretty much their game over. So, yeah. But obviously, yeah, if you get behind you, you're dead. So you got to watch out for that. Now, other problem with this thing is the gun depression. It's so stubby. You have got very little gun depression on this thing, which means, again, it's not particularly good at like being at the back sniping. If you've got to crest the hill, you're going to have to fully expose yourself, making you an easy target. But obviously, it's when your alpha's so good, you got to just think, right, he's going to be able to shoot me, but as long as I hit him back, that's definitely a great exchange of damage. And that's kind of how you, unfortunately, kind of have to play this tank for the majority of the time. You could try to play this tank a bit more stealthily and sit back a little bit further. But like I said, it's not really a sniper. Trying to get in behind this guy. But he's probably done a very good thing, and he is actually behind us. I only just realised that now. I try to turn. He's now aiming at us. He's trying to do a pixel snipe here, and he actually misses. I try to get up and see lack of gun depression. I'm totally exposed right now. If he is reloaded, he has got a shot into my my lower plate, which he'll be able to pen pretty easily because this hasn't got particularly good armor. Now, I've loaded normal HE because he's a lower tier. I'm going to pretty much kill him with this anyway. But at this point, I am a bit concerned because I actually do not remember the alpha on this TA-28. So I actually look it up. And kind of, because of the... and also a little bit concerned if he tracks me, he can get in behind me, and if he, because he obviously can damage as well as track someone, so he could damage me and took my tracks out. He could get behind me, so I'm just sitting here trying to get him to expose himself because I do not have the gun depression, so I have to fully expose myself and hope that he doesn't take my tracks off. And I was actually looking up the alpha for this tank, especially the HE, because if I expose myself right now, he's probably going to be able to. He might be able to shoot under my tank and hit me under there. If he pens under there, it could be game over if he's using HE. So yes, I could have been a bit more. I could have just gone straight in, possibly, and taken a small chance of dying. Again, probably unlikely he was going to kill me, but you never know. You never know. So, in general, I think this is not a consistent tank. This is going to be a fun tank to use, guys. Fun tank. But not a consistent one. You're going to have a lot of bad games in this, as you'll soon see in the next couple of replays. And again, first, because I got 6 kills. I didn't realise how many kills I got. But unfortunately, most of them were on low health, the ones I killed. So I didn't get a massive amount of health, hit point damage. But I've got first class in this thing, which is very nice. And you'll see some pitfalls of this tank. All right. We try this. I think this was my second game in this tank, and I decided to load and use heat all through this match to see if it worked. My the conclusion is no, it doesn't. When you're facing tier 10s, especially heavies, it just doesn't work, guys. I've bounced. I think I bounced twice already in this game off of a 705A. But like I said, this is an experimentation time period at this point. What equipment to put on it, I'm not fully decided on that at the moment. But from this match and from a couple of other times I've used heat, not full, for the whole game. But look at this. Now, yes, I did hit the upper plate, which is very unfortunate. Mainly because and again, both their tanks, all their tanks come down to take me out, and our guys just don't bother. It's too late. I'm dead. So I did 0 damage in that again, firing just heat. Because heat's okay if you can fully aim in on the weak spots and stuff like that of tier 10 heavies. Unfortunately, that just doesn't really happen because it takes too long to aim in, and it's still a bit derpy. So what I'd say is, guys, don't really bother loading heat. Premium HE and normal HE is what you need for this thing. It's an expensive tank to run, and like I said, it's not a consistent tank because of the lack of gun depression, the long aim time, the long load time, the not very good armor. You're gonna basically have very inconsistent games. I'm sure there are people who will be like who use pretty much dirt guns all the time, might be able to be a bit more consistent in this thing. But I would say this is a bit of a fun tank to go out in to blow off steam kind of thing. Like I said, you can have spectacular games in this, don't get me wrong. When everything works out, goes your way. I mean, obviously penning enemy tanks and stuff with this thing, you're gonna absolutely cripple a tier 10 in one hit if you pen. It's basically a bit like the old Death Star and Barn that's right next to me, German version, but with a dirt gun. So yeah, and this is another game that didn't really go my way. Unfortunately, we have 3 artilleries in this game, and one's dead already, but they're aiming at this in this direction. I'm just at this point, I cannot take up. I'm in the TD position, right? I'm in the TD position, but it's not really much use for me because I'm getting spotted straight away. Because our medium tanks are sitting back with us. I'm getting spotted as soon as I crest, and I can't crest because the gun depression's so rubbish that I have to fully expose my tank to get a shot off, and I don't know what's back there. There's several heavies and mediums back there, and there could be a couple of TDs back there. If I fully crest the hill, I could be dead within a few seconds and might not even hit my shot. And I'm backing up. I'm very aware of artillery, and there we go. Splashed me for 400 damage. That's nice. And took out a crew member. I put him back in. I'm just backwards and forwardsing right now. I'm just kind of waiting for my team to push up. Because I cannot do anything at this point. Unless the enemy team pushes us. Just too dangerous to crest the hill and expose myself. So we are winning, but I am very annoyed that I haven't put my gun to use. Obviously, like a new tank, you just want to be shooting, you want to be doing all that stuff. You just want to be in the game itself. And unfortunately, this game, I'm just sitting back trying to avoid artillery, and that's pretty much it. And there you go, missed by miles, but because I had premium ammo, premium HE in it, I did a fair amount, like almost 300 damage, and took his track off, which got the guy killed. That guy, I don't know what he was doing. I was trying to get behind this little hill here before I got spotted. And that guy was just like, no, I'm going to push right out in front, push you out in front of the enemy. So as you can see, unfortunately we didn't get, although we did take the track off the light tank, he repaired it and then he got killed. So a bit annoying that, bit annoying. So we are pushing forwards now because we've been spotted. And I'm pretty sure the artillery is going to go for us. Right, so we stop. And again, derped that shot in. And got a nice amount of damage there. Like I said, it can be a fun tank to use. Unfortunately, there's still an artillery in the game. And there again, just didn't have to fully aim in there either. And like I said, the lane time's horrendous, but because of the splash damage, you can still get off damaging shots quite quickly if you're willing to take the risk. Ammo count is quite low on this tank as well, hence another reason why I just wouldn't bother with heat, or at least not very much heat at all, because it's just because the ammo count is so low. This guy is going to hit me for a lot, and of course it's the bar. So very little health. Look, not a particularly good game, just because my team didn't push up further enough. Like mediums just all sat back, and I couldn't use my gun. So yeah, just not a particularly fun game. And that's the problem as well at the moment with games not lasting very long. It is very annoying to be in a tank like this when you're quite slow. Aim time is very long. Load time is very long. Some games can be over in a matter of like 4 minutes. So you can literally like spend the game and, you know, fire twice and the game's over. So obviously the longer the game goes on, the better it is for you. Obviously you don't have much choice on that, unfortunately. But as you care, we're trying to this is another thing why is this again. And again, oh, it was stupid of me, and now he's killed me. Yeah. Just that one little mistake there, and that's killed me. So we skipped to the end, and he came top because he managed to kill us, and we lost a lot of money there, as you can see. But that's unfortunately how it's got to be played, and we came about 6 or something. Yes, Nud Hayes is the name of the random role name I got from this crew, so I never changed it because I thought it was quite a funny name. And this is actually end on a high. As you can see, this is my first game because I've actually got 7 heat loaded. And then obviously, as the more I played it, the less heat I had in my ammo count. I think I've got like 3 heat rounds now on my tank only, and I'm still thinking about just taking them all off. Now, like I said, your first game can kind of make or break your relationship with the tank. quite often I'm like, oh, I love this tank. I love this tank. And it's because I remember the first game and having such a good game in it. And then, in all honesty, the next few months I might not even have many good games in it, but that first initial game kind of sets a relationship up, and this was a great first match. Obviously, the enemy, most of the people playing at the moment aren't very experienced with the tank, playing it or playing it up against it, so I think people might get a little bit more wary of this thing later on due to maybe getting penned by this thing and losing all their health. That first shot, just testing out the shell velocity, really, just realizing how slow it is. There is artillery in the game, but we're not trying not to worry too much about that. Just spot someone up. I don't know how we did that, really, behind there and other tanks in front of us. We are exposed here, and we just derp that shot in, guys. We penned that for 1,594. That is a very nice hit. And that's what you want to be doing. Hitting the engine decks and behinds of tanks, basically, and hitting mediums and lights in the front and glass cannon TDs. And there we go. Didn't fully pen him, but we got his side, and we did a very nice amount of damage there. Unfortunately, we've got this game. The enemy is very confident and pushing up a lot here. Now, normally this would probably tend to go more their way in this kind of matchup. We're going to try to turn the tables here. That guy's finished that guy off. And then relentlessly pushing this front. It's not worked out too well for them at the moment. Now, I'm expecting guys to come up here very quickly. Oh, and very unfortunate. We tracked that guy. And these two TDs here are quite annoying. I don't understand why they're not doing anything to help. There's like enemies coming around behind them, and they're just sitting there. One's getting in and out of my way. This guy behind is just oblivious to everything. So yeah, just two shots. I've done all that work. We're fully, unfortunately, couldn't quite fully pen that thing, but we bounced that one. Even with the pretty bad armor in this thing, it still works to move in and out, move around, try to get them to hit your stronger points. And he just comes zooming in, and I don't think I actually hit him there, guys. I think it just splash damaged, and which is very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That would have been lovely to get a kill like that. And he's realised his mistake. Unfortunately, I get hit in the back and set on fire. And we just sit and aim that one, and we pen that shot. And we do very, very nicely with that. Unfortunately, we are waiting for the reload here. It looks like it's game over. And artillery, of course, overpowered as always, hits him and takes out all of his health. We're just waiting for two guys now. Unfortunately, I'm a bit worried that the old artillery might be after me, because I was... just need people to spot up, really. I do not really want to push into the enemy with these hit points. Just kind of want these guys to spot up. But I don't think they're going to, so we're going to have to push in ourselves. Like I said, not a bad game. It's always fun to be able to just splash someone for 800 damage or whatever. It's ridiculous. It's a lot of fun. But inconsistent, like I said. Whether you want to go up this line or not. And there you go, 700 odd damage, splash damage. We're not, and again, artillery's been spotted up, but we're not going to aim at him just in case we get a chance to actually kill him. Don't want to make him run away. If we get him, there we go. So like I said, the shell velocity is pretty bad, but it's not horrendous either. And he ducks down, unfortunately. So I don't think we get to do any more damage on this guy. There's quite a few guys left on my team as well. So we're just going to push in and see if we can take him out. As you can see there, guys, over 6,000 combined damage. And yeah, just a lot of fun. Like I said, inconsistent tank, but you can have a lot of fun in it. And yeah, so my review is definitely not a first line tank to go up if you're just new to the game, but if you got a lot of tanks, a lot of tier 10s, and you like derpy guns, this is a lot of fun and another first class for you guys. And hope you come back for some more videos. Please like and subscribe. Bye.